This next receiver on your list, Ike, Jameson Williams, started his college career at Ohio State, then transferred to Alabama, absolutely tore it up. You mentioned how you thought that Garrett Wilson was smooth. I've got Jameson Williams as fast. And this was before he tore his ACL in the national title game, a non-contact injury. But if you give Williams space in the open field, and you talk about that breakaway deep speed, good luck. Good luck trying to stop him once he gets healthy and gets right. If not for that ACL injury, Ike, I think that Jameson Williams might be the top receiver in this draft.
Yeah, I went to that Ohio State-Georgia game, and Jameson Williams, he was hell. Not only on that defense, but he was giving hell on that secondary. And if he didn't tear his ACL, Mark, he definitely would have been one of my top choices. But I got him big play all day. His stop and start was something that impressed me. For him to go to 0 to 60, stop and go to 0 to 60 again in that manner, that fast, it's hard to do. He's another one who's good with hands. I had him dynamic. He's a dynamic. He's a vertical guy. You want to talk about taking the top off the roof. I don't care what state, what city you in. When you want to talk about Jameson Williams, this guy, he's your convertible. Whether you're in Chicago and it's -7, whether you're in Cleveland, it's -3, the top is always off when you got this guy on the field. Everything was dynamic. And we ain't even going to talk about the special teams. His kickoff returns, his punt returns, every time he touched the ball, a long strider. So this guy, Jameson Wilson, of course, I was there when he got hurt in the bowl game, the national championship game. But, man, you want to talk about fast and taking the top off the roof every time. You ain't even got to go to his highlights. You can just watch how open he was on his route running because he stuck his foot in his ground and he was gone. So he ran a lot of posts. He ran a lot of goals. He ran a lot of noun passes. Noun passes when you're too far off, when a DB is too far off of a receiver. So the quarterback get the ball to him right now because he's dynamic in the open space. That's exactly what Jameson Williams was. If Jameson Williams didn't tear his ACL, he would have been my first receiver coming off the board, Mark.
I am so jealous of both Justin Fields and CJ Stroud these past 2 seasons, because of the talent at the receiver position that both of those quarterbacks got to play with at
Correct.
Ohio State. I go back to, with Williams, the very first game of the season, Alabama against Miami. And there's a corner route where Williams catches it and just burns everybody on the Hurricanes defense. And former Hurricanes head coach Manny Diaz is on the sideline, just absolutely pissed. And I can't blame him because, honestly, like, the defense that they called up wasn't that bad. It's just Williams is that fast. And that's the play where, again, it's the first game of the year. You could go and look this up. Williams has that breakaway speed where if you give him just a sliver of space in the open field, good luck catching him.
I'm going to get a little ebonics on you. Excuse me. Ain't no angles. There is no such thing as taking an angle with this kid, Jameson Williams. He's going to break all angles. He's the Randy Moss when it comes down to the long strider. He's the Randy Moss / Deshaun Jackson kind of guy. He can get to that 4.3 speed in a hurry, Mark. And for me as a DB, once you understand somebody is fast, once you've been watching tape and you like, okay, this dude can get behind me whenever he wants to, that strikes fear. Not only in that cornerback, that safety, but that defensive coordinator, because you had to know where Jameson Williams was at all times, and that's what he brings to the table. The only thing, my question mark was, he's a body catcher. He didn't display his hands 24/7 sometimes, but for the most part, he likes to catch the ball with his body, Mark.
Yeah, and my analysis there, Ike, too, it's no knock on Manny Diaz. He's a defensive coach. I Bleav he's the coordinator at Penn State now. But you always tell me that the sideline tells the story, and I'll just put it this way. He was not happy on that play, and it just shows you the game-breaking ability of Jameson Williams.
Nah, different. Like I say, Mark, if he didn't get hurt, he would have been at the top. He would have been number 1 on my board as far as the wide receiver position.